Okay, we are now, oh, lordy, we're now less than a week away from the general election here in the United States. November 3rd is the day when you all who have not, and if you have not mailed in your ballot yet, you're going to have to drop it in a ballot box somewhere or line up in person somewhere. The date for mailing them in is pretty much past at this point, so don't let anyone tell you that, it's fine, you can go drop it in the mail, we'll get there in time, especially since we have a runaway dictator who wants to just stop counting votes, boom, at the end of November 3rd. Anyway, so I'm going to be making videos every day leading up to the election to get you motivated to get out and vote. Now, and they're going to be short and sweet and to the point. The first thing I want to show you, because especially since in this day and age, thanks to the current administration, trusting that your vote is going to be counted the way you filled it out, I don't know. Like there's no guarantee at all. So my advice to you is to, when you go in to either, or when you're at home and you're filling out the ballot, take a picture of it. When you are at the voting booth and you're voting on the screen, take a picture of it. And while you may not be able to post it in your state, and I'll tell you which states you're fine in doing it, you can definitely have a record of it, and I would keep a record of it for sure, because who knows what they're going to say. They might say you voted this way and you didn't. So here is a little map. You can see that right there, okay? And the ones that look kind of like grayish green, and then you've got these that look like a pale blue, and then the grayed out ones. Now this is how this map reads out. The gray ones means that it is illegal to post a picture of your ballot. Only that color, the gray. And as you can see by this map, that is only Nevada, California, Alaska, New Mexico, did I say Colorado, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Missouri, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, New York, and the New York outliers down there, and the Washington, D.C. So those are the only places where it's illegal, strictly illegal. All these other places, it is either legal, like in Utah, look at that, totally legal to post an image of your ballot. And then these down here, it's just unclear, okay? So let's read a little bit real quick. I'm not going to read through all of them, because here is a list of what the legalities say and everything. Utah, it says, pretty simply, it just says, where is Utah? There it is. A new law passed in 2015 made ballot selfies legal in the state. Totally legal. So guess what? I take a picture of my ballot, post it online, so that people can see exactly how I vote. The way I see it, if you believe in the person you're voting for, you should be happy to share that, right? Unless you don't want people to know that you support a bigoted, racist asshole. That's up to you. All right. So that's one. The other thing I wanted to show you today especially is that there's a lot of people who tend to think that, I'm not going to vote, my vote doesn't matter, my state is a red state, my state is a blue state, whatever, it doesn't matter. Guys, it matters. And I mean it matters even in the presidential election. You have no idea how it's going to come down. No idea. To prove my point, here is just one of the many polls. This is an aggregate poll that was taken from a bunch of different polls, so it's pretty accurate. But this is how Utah has moved around during the lead up to the election. So red means Republican, blue means Democrat, right? All of these other shades in between mean they're either leaning this way or that way. If it's purple, it means they're leaning Democrat. If it's pinkish, it means they're leaning Republican. So here's the very first aggregate of polls. This one was taken in March. You can see that March 1st. And you can see Utah is solidly red, Republican, right? So you're kind of like, well, yeah, see, duh, no shit. My vote doesn't matter. But look what happened in May. May 1st, Utah, that's purple. That's purple, guys. That's purple. Means Utah was leaning Democrat in May. Okay? Then, July, all of a sudden, yeah, Utah's back to being red, Republican, right? But look at this. Yesterday at 2 a.m., Utah's pink. Guys, Utah is pink. That means she's only leaning Republican. You want to be the one that helps flip Utah blue? Get out there and vote. It's important. Okay? Last thing I'm going to go through. There are also Senate seats that are up for re-election. So don't forget about the presidential election because that's important. But there are senators that are up for re-election. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I am going to go over the 10 Senate seats that are most likely to be able to be flipped from Republican to Democrat. And here they are. So the first is in Alabama, and it's Senator Doug Jones. So you might be thinking, okay, so who do I vote for? Doug Jones or his opponent, who is Tommy Tuberville. There you go. Tommy Tuberville is his opponent. So Doug Jones, Doug Jones is the Democratic senator. Not that back. And Tommy Tuberville is a Republican looking to replace him. So Jones, let's take a look at tracking Congress. Doug Jones has where are you, Doug Jones? Some of these sites they need to make a little easier than just having to scroll down so many. What the hell? Okay, Doug Jones has voted actually with Trump 34.8% of the time, which got to tell you, Doug, that doesn't do you any favors. Okay, 34% of the time has voted with this maniac, and he's a Democrat. So, but of course his opponent, Tommy Tuberville, is not much, like he's worse. Let's just put it that way. He votes with Trump all the time. Like he would totally support Trump. So let's move on to Colorado, because in Colorado there's Republican Senator Cory Gardner. Cory Gardner is notoriously a Trump sycophant. So Cory Gardner is, take a look here, Colorado. Republican Senator Cory Gardner. Oh God, why can I not find these people? There we go, Colorado. He has voted with Trump 89% of the time. 89%. And his seat is flippable. So all you guys in Colorado, get out there and vote for Hickenlooper. 89% of the time, he's voted with the fascist in charge. So let's flip that seat. Here's another one that's a possibility. In Arizona, we have an incumbent Republican Senator Martha McSally. Let's see how often she's voted with Trump. Martha McSally, Arizona, 94% of the time. 94% of the time. She aligns herself with his morals, values, ideologies. Let's get her out. Okay? Those of you guys who are in Arizona, get out and vote. It's close. See, that's the point. it's close. These are the races that are close. These are the races that are flippable. So if you get out and you vote and you get your friends out to vote and you all go swamp the polls and vote legally, you can get her out. Okay, let's move on. The next Senate seat that's up for Republican Senator Susan Collins. I probably don't even need to tell you how often she's voted with Trump. I mean, my God, she's so public about it. But here we are. Susan Collins has voted with Trump. Oh, not as much as I thought. 66% of the time. So get out there and vote her out of office for sure. North Carolina Republican incumbent Senator Thom Tillis. How many times has he voted with Trump? Thom Tillis. Let's see. Where are you, Thom Tillis? And I'm not just making these numbers up, you guys. They're on the web, and I've told you multiple times how to find this information. So if you don't know how to find the information now, I can't help you. Thom Tillis of North Carolina, he's voted with Trump 93% of the time. 93% voted with a fascist dictator wannabe. Iowa, we're getting close. We're at number 6. Iowa has Republican Senator Joni Ernst. Pretty sure I don't have to tell you how many times that she's voted with Trump, but here we go. Let's do it anyway. Joni Ernst, 91% of the time voted with Trump. Get her out. In Montana, we have Republican Senator Steve Daines. Let's see how many times he's voted with Trump. Steve Daines, where are you on here? Steve Daines. And I know those of you who are listening, I could do a find on page, but sometimes it's just easier just to scroll down until you see him. Steve Daines. Steve Daines, Montana. 86% of the time he's voted along fascist lines. In Georgia, we have Republican Senator David Perdue. I can pretty much guarantee how many times he's voted along Trump lines. David Perdue, where are you? David Perdue. The David Perdue, 94% of the time he's voted along a fascist dictator's lines. Number 9, oh God, South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, biggest bootlicker ass kicker of them all. Of course, or ass kisser of them all. Sorry, that was really bad. He's definitely not been an ass kicker. He just kisses ass until his whole face is brown. Lindsey Graham has voted with Trump 87% of the time. Go figure. And then finally in Michigan, we have a Democratic Senator, Gary Peters. Let's see if a Democrat has voted with Trump. David Peters, is that what his name was? Gary Peters. Gary Peters. Gary Peters. Gary Peters. Gary Peters has only voted with Trump 28% of the time. 28%. But at least it's lower. So guys, those are the seats to flip. It's possible to flip them. It is so possible to do this. People, you tend to think that your vote doesn't matter, but let's take a look at progressives. We think that progressives, those crazy socialists, democratic socialist progressives, they never have a chance. They never get elected. Let's take a look. Ilhan Omar was elected against all odds. Here's a progressive, boom, into office. Let's see who else got elected. Oh yes, lest we forget, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, probably the most powerful and, not powerful, but the most impressive and, powerful speaker in the Senate right now is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So she got elected, AOC got elected, Ilhan Omar. Who's the other person? Ilhan Omar. Oh my gosh. Progressive senators. Progressive, shoot. Progressive political. Oh my gosh, candidates. I couldn't remember the name. Candidates elected into office so far. Wow. We had so many, you guys. Six progressives. Ilhan Omar, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a lot. Oh my gosh. Rashida Tlaib is the other one. So many. Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's all about them. Of course, because they're the squad. But so many have been elected, and here's the ones who are running that could be the next AOC. There's 14 progressives. One of them is actually running against Mitch McConnell, and Mitch McConnell should not be reelected this year. If you want to know somebody who's backed Trump endlessly without conscience, it's Mitch McConnell. Get his ass out of office. So Jamal Bowman was running for the New York 16th district. I think he lost. But in the Texas district, we have Heidi Sloan, who's running. In North Carolina, we have DeAndre Carter, who's running. In Ohio, it's Morgan Harper. Massachusetts, it's Issane Leckie. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. Cori Bush in Missouri. Albert Lee in Oregon. Michaela Wilkes in Maryland. Alex Morse in Massachusetts. Lawrence Nathaniel in South Carolina. Adrian Bell in Texas. Rebecca Parsons in Washington. Joshua Collins in Washington. These are all progressives that are running, that are out there. And we got AOC elected, Ilhan Omar elected, Alanna Pressley elected. We can do this. You just got to get out and vote. All right, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another, hopefully shorter video.